I'm Matt.
I'm Shane.
And if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that thumbs up button real hard and make sure you subscribe to Comic Movie Marks.
And also click that little bell for all of the notifications.
Whee!
Always remember,
If Trailer Trash can do it,
anyone can do it.
hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
With Terminator Dark Fate T-minus 2 weeks away, we are talking about the upcoming Terminator movie and its marketing.
Trailers, do they give away too much? Yes, is the simple answer. Batman vs. Superman did this to us, and now Terminator Dark Fate. If you watch the most recent international trailer for Terminator Dark Fate, it will basically explain to you every single moment of the movie. It looks at trailer 3 of BVS and says, "Hold my beer." This trailer just goes through beat by beat on how everything major is going to happen in this movie. As huge fans of the Terminator franchise, for the most part-ish, at least in my opinion, they're batting at least 500 when it comes to some of these Terminator movies.
Yeah, actually, I had quit watching the international trailer because about halfway through, I'm like, man, this is just giving up way too much. Now everything that I was curious about, it filled it in for me as the movie should pretty much do. So I quit watching it at that point. I have seen the other ones, the teaser trailer, even the Red Band trailer that gives a little bit more away as well. The international trailer, it should come with almost a spoiler warning at the very beginning, I feel like. It gives a lot away. So spoiler warning if you decide to watch that trailer.
So it's kind of a weird thing with me with the marketing for Dark Fate. This is a movie in itself that should be gold. We have Tim Miller directing, James Cameron coming back as a heavy-handed producer, and David Goyer is one of the credited screenwriters on the film. This should be a winning combination that most people should enjoy. But from what I'm watching with the marketing and that they're giving away so much, and it kind of feels like it's losing some of the elements that were attached to the original two Terminator movies. This is basically the new Terminator 3. This is following directly after 1 and 2.
They're pulling the Superman Returns and completely ignoring anything that came after Terminator 2 and just cycling back and boom, here we are.
And another thing about the trailers. Why do you constantly keep talking about how unbeatable this new Terminator is, but yet in every clip possible, you show him getting his ass whooped? He's either getting sliced in half, beaten the head with a sledgehammer, or blown up by a rocket launcher. How are you selling this Terminator as this ultimate heel, this dastardly evil Terminator, when he's constantly getting beat up?
I guess they're just trying to make it seem like he's completely unkillable.
Expect a big ping, brother. Your whole body's a weapon. Sorry.
This Terminator is the Rev 9. The most effective killing machines in the franchise. It's so deadly because it can split into two different entities.
It is really scary.
His powers and capabilities, they're pretty damn spectacular.
Come with me or you're dead in the next 30 seconds.
You can go into battle and fight a Rev 9, but killing a Rev 9 is almost impossible.
That's the fucking point!
But you look at some of the things like from the teaser trailer that came out May-ish, it was very focused on like Sarah Connor showing up and then Grace, which is this new enhanced human. And then you get some brief shots of the new Terminator, which they're calling it a Rev 9. He still seems kind of awesome. You can tell that, you know, maybe they'll go toe to toe with him, but not completely nerfed. Then as the trailers go on, and every single one of them, he's getting his head beat in, whether it's by the T-800 or whoever, just shooting him in the face a ton of times. And it seems like they're selling hard on he's unkillable, so he's just going to keep coming at you. He's just like a fucking fly that you can't seem to knock away. That's about it.
Which they do in every Terminator movie. That's the concept of the Terminator, is that it's supposed to be an unkillable machine.
That Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop. Ever. until you are dead.
In this, I just feel like they're using this so-called unkillable, unbeatable Terminator to prop up your would-be heroes here. Sarah Connor is just a casual Terminator.
The era that we're in right now, they decided to have some strong female leads. Okay, cool. Sounds good. In order to make them seem strong, they should have an equally opposing antagonist, at least somewhat threatening. He just seems like an annoying housefly. Like every time that Sarah Connor shows up or Grace shows up, it's got the dun 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 in the background, and they're like, oh yeah, they're the badasses, but it should be like, oh man, what is this villain gonna do? He's badass, you know, kind of like in Terminator 2, where you're thinking to yourself, how are they gonna stop this?
Yeah, they're sacrificing their heel, their main antagonist. They're sacrificing him to prop up the heroes. And that just seems like very poor marketing to me, because you're not showing this guy's really that big of a threat. Yeah, he can keep getting up, so he's like Homer. You can just keep punching him over and over and over again, and maybe eventually you'll get worn out. Then he makes his move. Is that what they're trying to say? In this, they just constantly are showing him getting blown up, beaten up. It does nothing for the character. How are we supposed to care when the villain is pretty much a punching bag? And then you have these would-be heroes. Nothing about John Connor. James Cameron stated several times in the past, if John Connor isn't around, then the machines win. Weird. It's like they're just doing this soft reboot and just trying to substitute everybody out. It's very similar to Last Jedi. They have some of the older characters coming back, but yet it's about the newer ones, and we're just going to push Luke Skywalker off to the side. He doesn't matter anymore. That's what John Connor is to the Terminator franchise. He's like the Luke Skywalker. They're just going to have him pushed off to the side and have him be a useless character. It's like this subvert your expectations. You don't need John Connor anymore. It's all about Danny Ramos.
Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Or that's what the marketing is at least telling us. But Arnold's still around, Sarah Connor's still around. Just like Star Wars was a Skywalker story, Terminator is a John Connor story. And it seriously looks like they're using this one little girl to substitute him.
I'm curious who their target audience is, because with the Terminator franchise, obviously they want to cater to some of the older fans and also bring in some newer fans along the way. So that's why they use Arnold Schwarzenegger. James Cameron's name has been plastered all over this thing and all of the marketing. Tim Miller's attached to it as well as the director. So there's certain things that if you're just looking at that, looking at it on paper, Linda Hamilton is returning, Arnold Schwarzenegger's returning, Tim Miller as a director, James Cameron, and then for Matt and I, we love David Goyer. On paper, this seems like a fantastic movie. And then you start kind of getting into the marketing, and it's confusing who they want to bring along into this and who would typically watch this type of movie. I can tell you right now, my wife is not a huge fan of Terminator or Rambo or any of those type of movies. So is that who you're marketing your movie to? Not really sure. But it seems like they are trying to throw out these little nuggets of like Arnold Schwarzenegger returning for us fans who've been with the franchise since we were kids. And then also they're trying to maybe bring along a new audience. Potentially that could backfire on them.
Is Terminator Dark Fate dead on arrival? It seems like it has decent opening weekend projections. We will see what happens with Terminator Dark Fate. I hope it's good. I want it to be good, because I love the Terminator franchise. But right now, Paramount doesn't seem to be showing a lot of confidence in the movie with how much they're showing. It's like they're trying everything they can to try to show people like, this is a good movie. Don't worry. Look at all this new footage. It's a good movie.
It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's just a little slimy. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good.
In case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And then all of a sudden it just swerves.
I've been waiting for you.
Like the franchise has been reinvigorated. Like this is a renaissance film, which in my mind I think of as the third film.
Survive was what you taught me.
It's pretty cool because you got to riff against expectations. If you like the Terminator films,
Run!
I'll be back.
you're gonna love this movie.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Toes, that is. The fast ones get right by you. Keep your ears open.